Hi, welcome to our daily encounter. In today's reading, we have a passage that perhaps sounds very familiar to you. It's found in Jeremiah 17 in verse 8, and we'll just read verse 7 with it as well. It says, "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, and whose trust is the Lord, for he will be like a tree planted by the water that extends its roots by a stream, and will not fear when the heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and it will not be anxious in a year of drought, nor cease to yield fruit." This probably reminds you of Psalms chapter 1, where very similar statements were made about a person who delights in the law of the Lord and meditates on it day and night. And it says there that he would be like a tree by streams of water. Well, here in Jeremiah, we see God saying that if you trust in me, you will be like a tree that is planted by the water. And that is true. You think about a tree that's by a stream of water. Its roots grow down and it goes into the water or where the water is, and it takes up what it needs from the water to be fully supplied. It grows up into a big tree, a mature tree. Its leaves become green, and it doesn't cease to yield fruit. And the tree doesn't really worry about whether a drought comes or not, because it's right there by the stream, and the stream becomes its continual supply. And this is a picture that we have of those who trust in the Lord. When we stay near to the Lord, and when our lives are centered upon Him, and when we trust Him, and in trusting Him, not just trusting that everything's going to turn out all right, definitely there's that element there, but just trusting His Word, trusting His goodness, trusting His faithfulness, just trusting Him in general. When we do that, it's as though we are by that stream of water. We have a continual supply. Yes, around us in this world, there might be drought, there may be famine, there might be storm, there might be all kinds of things going on. But for a person who's putting his or her total trust in the Lord, they're not so affected by those things. It's almost like there's just this inward calm, this inward quietness, this deep, abiding trust that just brings peace to the heart. It's much like a child that, when you grew up, perhaps you can remember when you were a child, you didn't really worry about things a whole lot. As far as, is mom and dad going to feed me today? Or, is everything going to turn out all right? Because you trusted in your parents, and you trusted in their ability to provide for you and to keep you safe. And it's that childlike trust that we can have even before our Heavenly Father, that can really eliminate, our fears, our anxieties, that says, you know what, my life is not grounded and rooted in this world, nor the circumstances of this world, but my life is rooted and grounded in God Himself, the eternal God, the God who transcends earth, transcends this world, transcends all of these circumstances I find myself in. He is the one I put my trust in. And when my heart is trusting in Him, and when I'm leaning upon Him, then I am like a tree that's fully supplied, and a tree that beams forth life with the green leaves, and is able to bear forth fruit all the time. Never ceases to bear fruit. And that's what our lives can be like if we put our trust in the Lord and put our hope in Him wholly. So let's try to do that today. Let's focus on trusting in the Lord. It's so easy to drift away from Him, to start trusting in ourselves, trusting in our money, or not having trust because of our lack of money, or putting our trust in a lot of other things. Let's center ourselves today back on God and make Him our true source of confidence, knowing that we can trust Him, we can trust His Word, we can trust His character, we can trust His faithfulness, we can trust His love, we can just trust Him altogether. And see if that doesn't change the way that we view the world around us. And if it doesn't change our perspective altogether. Well, thank you guys for listening in today. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you guys. God bless.